बाहेर कुठे पाणी किती जमलंय रे काही माहिती?
सकाळी होतं गांधी आता काय माहिती नाही.
कोणतरी जाणार होतं ना, सतीशनी कोणाला पाठवलं होतं.
हो हो नाही उद्या बोलते.
Hello and welcome to this brand new edition of Commodity Talk. This is Shivendra Kumar and I have with me Mr. Arun Raste. He is MD and CEO at NCDEX. Hello sir, great to have you with us. How are you doing?
Thank you.
So there's some problem with your audio.
Is it? Okay. I need to be louder or?
Yeah, I mean, this is fine now. Yeah.
That's fine? Yeah,
this is fine. So, so for our viewers, I just want to, I mean, they would know, but I would like to tell them that NCDEX is India's largest agri-commodity index exchange, and it has recently received a SEBI nod to launch its equity and equity derivatives segment. We will talk with Mr. Raste about this development. We will also probe him about the new commodity products in the pipeline and also the status of those products which have been under temporary suspension by SEBI, the likes of chana, moong, crude, palm oil, and etc. So, sir, first of all, congratulations for this big development.
Thank you so much.
Just wanted to have your reactions. How exactly is it for you to start the new product very soon?
Well, if you are looking at the opportunities in India, we are a country which is young, fairly young in the sense that in demographic terms, the people who constitute the earning age between say 25 to 60 or 65, that is about 50% of the total population now.
Correct.
And this will continue for next 30 years. And when you say that a young population and every year the same numbers will be coming into the working class or working population, India will continue to grow. That is number one. Number two, if you're looking at the growth of the stock market participant itself, just last year about 2.3 crore people have joined the stock markets.
Okay.
In last 5 years, if you see COVID and beyond, the number of people who are investing in stocks has not only doubled, it has tripled almost.
Yes, a very significant increase.
Why we are looking at this thing? There are two reasons. One, the opportunities which the stock market is giving to people to create wealth for themselves is probably driving people to this stock market route. The second, the capital is being created within the country. So as the finance minister very rightfully said, that she doesn't need FPI or FDI so much because the retail investor is investing. So that is the second thing which is happening in this country. So that is a change from say 10 years ago. And number three, since the numbers are growing, if you have read a book called Blue Ocean, there is no more competition. I don't have to compete with the much larger exchanges because there is opportunity available for everybody. The pie is so big that even if I take 1% or 2% of the pie, that is good enough for me, and it doesn't impact the other two, right? So therefore, we thought if we can get into this, there will be two advantages to our constituents. Number one, say whatever the wealth creation in terms of what the stock markets are doing, at the moment, the primary investors are basically in metro towns or tier 1 cities or tier 2 cities. The stock market boom has not yet reached tier 4, tier 5 cities or tier 6 villages. And our connect with those places, tier 4 to tier 6, is probably unmatched in the sense that we work with about 12 million farmers. Sorry, 1.5 million farmers, 12 lakh farmers, right? So we are in each and every corner of the country, about 16 odd states we go, and tier 4, 5, 6 towns or villages. And those kind of people who now have money in their pockets, but they don't have avenues to invest in equity markets, would have a ready-made avenue to invest in equity markets. That's number one. So we can bring the prosperity of India to Bharat. If you call that tier 4, 5, 6 as Bharat. So we can bring the prosperity of India to Bharat. That is number one. Second, in terms of capital creation, again, I said rural India, so far they have been investing in land, they have been investing in gold, but they have not been investing in say mutual funds or SIPs or equities. Now, somebody like us who knows their psyches, who is connected to them, who has been working with them for last 20 years, definitely we will have a better connect to go to them and tell them that why don't you invest in equities also? And it's not necessarily that you are getting into something which is very, I would say exotic product, but simple equity, simple mutual funds. If you invest and you multiply your investments, and that is something which possibly we would be in a position to do better than anybody else in the country because of our rural connect. And therefore, we thought it will make sense for us to get into the equities market. As I said, there is enough space for a new player coming in. There is a greenfield opportunity in the sense that there's a blue ocean, as I said. There is a vast untapped market where we can go. Not necessarily that I have to concentrate on Delhi and Bombay only. I can go to any other area and also look at people who are investing into agri. They can invest in this also. And third, there could be some new products which we could look at in terms of agri-related ETFs, companies who are specifically supplying to agri. Definitely, we'll have to look at it. Having said that, I don't mean that we will not compete with BSE and NSE. Definitely, we would like to do that. But then we should have some products and offerings which are competitive, which are unique. And, if you say any new player who or whosoever comes into the market, definitely he or she brings in innovation. When it is true of whatever is true of the consumer sector is also true of the financial sector. Anybody new coming in always brings in innovation. So we feel that we will bring some innovative product and we'll find our own niche. And definitely we look forward to that. So we are very hopeful, we are very positive, and we are sure that we'll make some difference.
So you are saying that a rural connect is your forte, and you will probably plan to capitalize. I mean, it is good. It is a good. I mean, it sounds as a good plan, but I just wanted to understand if the drive for equity investment is as good or as or people are so informed, to just jump into the bandwagon and probably start investing. Will it not be a challenge to just bring numbers, volumes, which is one of the criterias in which is one of the things, because of which is one of the conditions, which SEBI has put before you to bring in that kind of volume. So how are you planning to tackle this issue?
So there are 2 or 3 different aspects to this, right? One is the awareness of investor.
Yes.
Today the urban investor is investing into the whole market. But is the investor aware in the sense that he or she understands the balance sheet of a company and invest? The answer is no. Right? Most of the investors who are investing, they don't know. The rural investor has not looked at this sector as an opportunity to invest. So investor awareness in the sense that you need to bring to them to this sector so that you can ensure that they get better returns than, say, putting money in FD or putting money in any of the assets where they are not likely to get enough returns. So that is one. So investor awareness is one reason. Second, as I mentioned, it is not necessary that I only look at tier 4, 5, 6. I can also look at number 1 and number 2 tier towns in Delhi and Mumbai also. But for that, I'll require innovative products, innovative offerings, probably lesser cost as far as the intermediaries are concerned, and probably something which is a differentiated thing. Obviously, we would be looking at that opportunity. That is number 2. And number 3, as I said, one very powerful tool which has come into the hands of investors, or for that matter, consumers also, is a mobile phone. Everybody in India today has a mobile phone, and all you require is a mobile app and your access to that mobile app where they can be in a position to invest. And it's not necessary that I want everybody to invest 1 million rupees. I can start with somebody who's investing 10,000 rupees or 1,000 rupees. I can always start with that, right? So I'm not targeting the super rich and I on day one. only exclusively super HNI. I'm also targeting somebody who's investing 1,000 rupees. But having said that, I'm not leaving out the super HNI. I will also look at them because I'm sitting in Bombay.
Okay.
Right? Obviously, I have to look at Bombay also. So we will balance all the three. And definitely, one of the things which we want to do is strengthen our commodities also. Because at the end of the day, if on one screen I'm providing, equities and commodities, the brokers or members who are only into equities, I can give them commodities as an option, and they can get more people to come and trade on or invest in commodities. So that is an advantage to us. So, our hope is we would be successful, and when we are successful, we will be the only one who will be running two segments on the same screen and successfully. So that's our hope.
Okay, sir. All the best to you from us.
Thank you.
So what is the timeline that you set for this equity, your equity offerings to come into the market, sir?
So, yeah, for anything like this, one is a funnel.
So your some disturbance again,
For-
sir, in your audio.
Sorry. For anything to start, you require three things. One is your funding, one is your technology, and the third is people.
Okay.
Obviously, you have to do all the three simultaneously. And once you do all that, and once you are ready, then the regulator will come to us because regulator has given us in principle approval. They will give us a final approval when we are ready with all the three. So investments in technology, in people, and our technology should be up to speed. So we hope if everything goes well in the next year, next financial year, definitely we'll be in a position to launch. So maybe a year down the line. A year down the line, if you're speaking to me, definitely yes, we should be in market with equities also in addition to commodities, but maybe a little earlier than that also. We'll target a little earlier than.
Okay. I would also like to touch upon the way in the manner in which you would like to introduce your products. We as of now we know that you have to start with the cash segment. So how exactly will you go about it? Will it be a handful of stocks debuting NCDEX in one go, or all coming at a same time? How exactly are you planning to go about it?
So I will take you a little back in history. When NC came and they started, they didn't have a single stock which was traded on NSE. Nothing was listed on NSE. So there was something called permitted to trade category. So those stocks which were listed on BSE were also permitted to trade on NSE. Right?
NSE.
Same way, the stocks which are listed on NSE and BSE can be traded on our exchange on day one. Right? So that is called permitted to trade category. Definitely, we'll start with that. The second thing, the commodities we don't require listing, right? No companies are listed on our exchange. Obviously, we will start a listing department, and the job of that listing department will be to get companies to list on our exchange and also work for that. So that is the second thing. So one is permitted to trade, second listing by ourselves. So this is the way in which the cash segment will start. And later we'll look at the derivatives.
Okay. So how are you planning to incentivize your existing investors or traders who are probably trading commodities on your platform? What incentives will you offer to?
So,
So your audio problem, sir.
oh, sorry. It's not an incentive that I need to offer. The opportunity for a commodity trader to also trade in equities itself is an incentive for them. So on one screen, he or she should be in a position to do both. That itself is an incentive. So they don't have to look for any other new connectivity or invest in anything new. They can straight away on the same screen, they will have equities also, and they can start. And as I said, these are in Mufsal towns, these are in smaller places. For them, it will be a new opportunity to garner more business for themselves also and for the exchange also. So they'll be very happy to do that. That's number one. Second, if you look at technology, whosoever is coming last possibly is getting the technology which is more advanced and which is comparatively at a lesser cost also, right? So if you would have bought a Apple phone or a Samsung phone a year ago, the same model today, if you are buying, the prices would have come down for the simple reason that two more models would have come in the same time frame, and the prices for you will be lesser. Same way, the prices for us for the most modern technology will be lesser than the existing exchanges. Obviously, we will pass on some of the lesser cost to our constituents. So that will be another incentive for them. And third, as I said, for existing commodity brokers getting into equities, obviously they will be in a position to get new investors on board. That will be added business for them. So that's a big business opportunity for them. And that itself is an incentive for them. Same way, tomorrow, if I enlist some members who are only in equities, I'll be in a position to offer them commodities also. So again, that is an added business to them. So it makes sense for both set of members for me to come on board and then do either of the businesses.
Okay. So coming to the commodities, what is the status of weather derivatives that NCDEX is planning to launch, and what else can we see in terms of new products?
So whether derivatives, we got a MOU with
Sir, audio, sir.
Sorry, as far as weather derivatives are concerned, we have signed an MOU with IMD for data. We have signed another MOU with the IIT Bombay for developing the product for us. We hope that by September this year, we should get that product. We'll start testing it. And before the next monsoon, we will have our rainfall index. We are looking at rainfall index as well as temperature index. So first will be rainfall. Before the next monsoon, we will launch that contract, subject to our regulatory approval. But that is subject to regulatory approval. So that should be available, hopefully, with all the these three pieces coming together by next monsoon or before next monsoon.
Okay.
As far as other products are concerned, they're still at our drawing board. Don't want to disclose them as we speak today, but if anything comes in near future, definitely I'll be happy to speak to markets and media both.
Sir, I would also like to know about the commodities which are currently under suspension. So what is the status of that? Have you been lately in talks with the regulator with regards to their resumption?
So,
sir, your audio problem, sir. This. Can you just please repeat it?
More to do with things possible. I don't know. Am I clear?
Sir, your voice is breaking. There has
Now,
been
is it
some.
more to do with connectivity or range possibly? Am I clear now?
I guess so. Yeah, it is
Thank
better.
you. Yeah,
please
thank
go
you. So what I'm looking at is there are two things. One, it is an ongoing exercise for us to approach the government as well as regulator to get the suspensions withdrawn. Unfortunately, we have not succeeded so far, but we are keeping our data updated and also representing to the government as well as regulator that all the indications, at least the academic studies and economic studies, say that the impact of suspension is not leading to any inflation, if that is a concern. And second, the withdrawal of these contracts has adversely affected the markets, both in terms of the livelihoods, also to the farmers. They are not getting the right price signals, and therefore, again, they get fleeced. So that is one constant endeavor of ours. As far as studies are concerned, some of the most prominent institutes in this country, like IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Udaipur, IIT Bombay, BIMTech, they have all done studies on this particular matter. We have compiled all of them. And after the new chairman of SEBI came in, we have also submitted a representation to them. So we don't know when we will get it back, but our endeavor will be to develop more products. As and when these comes back, it is good for us.
Okay. So we are also seeing a lot of reforms happening on the equity side. I just wanted to understand, is there anything major that will be having a long lasting or can be a game changer is in the pipeline, or you are in talks with the regulator to bring in those kind of regulations or changes? Is there anything specific that you are coming up
It's
with?
too early for me to comment on anything which is related to equities because we are still not in the game.
Sir, in the agri side, any major regulation that you have highlighted any major step that you have highlighted with SEBI to implement it, or to at least consider it, so that the overall agri commodity traders benefit, something which can be a game changer for them? Is there anything on those lines coming up, or we can
So
expect?
couple of things which are happening right away as we speak. So government
Mhm.
of Maharashtra, they are implementing a World Bank aided project, which is called Smart Project. Under that Smart Project, they have established a hedging desk, whereby the farmers or farmer producer companies, they can come on hedge on our platform. So about
Okay.
4 odd crores have been kept for this particular project, which World Bank has funded. So this is a state government initiative, which is being implemented by our not-for-profit company, NICR. And the farmers or FPOs, they, for 3 particular commodities, they can come and hedge on our exchange. So that is one very groundbreaking, because it has been supported by World Bank, implemented by a particular state government. That is number one.
Okay.
Second, there is a program which we are implementing with the help of NABARD. Uh, NABARD has sanctioned an amount of 25 crores for farmer producer organizations. What they can do is the FPOs on behalf of the farmers can buy put options at the time of sowing. And when they buy put options, a guarantee is given to them that at the time of harvesting, they will get a particular strike price. So at the time of
Okay.
sowing itself, you buy the put options and you get assured prices at the time of harvesting. Now, normally a farmer would have to spend his own from his own pocket to buy the put options. NABARD has very graciously, very kindly subsidized this program, and the put option, whichever the farmers are buying at this juncture, is being supported by NABARD out of their own funds. So, if this is successful for the 25 crores, probably we will expand this, and this will be complementary to MSP, because what it in turn does is you are getting a guaranteed price at the time of harvest, irrespective of whether the market there is a glut and the prices are going down. Your prices are sure. But the second, which is more beautiful part of it, is in case there is no glut and if the prices in the market are going up, the farmer is free to sell in the market. They need not do anything. They are going free to go and sell. So their downside is covered. Plus, in addition to that, if there is an upside, they can go in and cash on that. So this is something which is a wonderful project which NABARD has thankfully supported, and we are implementing it at this juncture. And we hope with the successful implementation of this in the current year, next year NABARD will increase it fourfold. So these two are very interesting at the moment.
Sir, actually, I was referring to the regulatory side. Anything coming from any big development, which we can see,
No,
or you
so
are in?
what? So for this NABARD related project, there was a regulatory very supportive action in the sense that any commodity for which we had to start put options, at least it should have a 100 crore turnover. And these 3 commodities
Mhm.
where we started off were less than 100 crore. And regulator proactively supported us. They said, okay, there's a good program and we should start. And we got it. So regulator is looking at supporting the sector. Definitely. We're thankful to them.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time. I know it
Thank
would
you.
be raining in Mumbai, but you took out time and chatted with us. Uh, Thank you for your time. Have a great day, sir.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Same here.